heading towards turn number 3. We want that side-by-side start coming off turn number 4 here at Devil's Bowl Speedway. Just now entering turn number 3. Looks good so far. Side-by-side, Mike Mursock in that number 45. Tommy McKinley in the 71M. Here we go. Green flag out. Heat race number 1 underway for the USRA factory stocks. Tommy McKinley on the outside, early leader as he comes off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Mike Mursock runs in second. As they come off turn number 4 now down the front straightaway. Jason Wood in that 429 gives a little bump to the 45 of Mike Mursock as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. But it's Tommy McKinley for the moment out in front in that number 71M. Tommy McKinley now coming off turn number 4. Mursock pushes up the speedway, opens up the door for the 429 at Jason Wood. Jason Wood taking a peek to the outside, seeing if he can make the move here in heat race number 1. Can't do it, falls back in line, falls back to third place. Right now the race for second spot, as Mike Mursock continues to hang on to that spot. Jason Hood out of Rusk, Texas, right there in second. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack with a decent run, Jason Hood in that 429. Trying to get by the 45, nothing doing. As the 71M of Tommy McKinley out in front. Starting to distance himself from the 45 and the 429. Mike Mursock continues to run in second, but Jason Hood right there in that number 429 takes a peek down to the inside. White flag in the air, white flag in the air one more time around Devil's Bowl Speedway for the 71M of Tommy McKinley. Jason Hood, this is it, the money lap. Heading into turn number 3. Hood thought he might have the advantage. Falls back in line, falls back to that third spot. Here we go, checkered flag, your winner, the 71M of Tommy McKinley. Second spot going to the 45 of Mike Mursock. Third is going to be the 429 of Jason Hood. That's the way they finish up heat race number 1 for your USRA factory stocks. Next up, heat race number 2, and with a call, Smoking Joe Casper.
All right, thank you, Pete. Really pacing around this outside there. I got a screen here in front of me I get to watch now. That's really cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Since I can see all the numbers on the car here. All right, we're looking at green. Wes is waving that flag. It's time to go racing second heat. In the USRA factory stock division. Brett Jensen in the 123, but he's got Shane King behind him, and it's that 1W of Walter Hamilton on the outside in that black and orange car. Coming off of turn 4 to lead the first lap, it'll be the 123 of B.J. Jensen. Down the back straightaway, it's Jensen still with Hamilton on the outside, trying to dive into the turn. He dives in hard on the outside, takes over that lead position. Your new leader coming off of turn 4 is the 1W of Walter Hamilton. Right now in second place, it's the 123 of Brett Jensen. In third will be the K13 of Shane King. And in fourth, it's the 6M of Jeff Jones. Fifth, it's the 77 of Joseph Casper. And bringing up the rear, it's the 22 of Jerry Coward. This time around is halfway through. Jensen's not giving up on taking that lead position back. He dives hard into the turn, tries to get underneath, but Hamilton holds him off. Here comes Shane King in the K13, getting underneath the 123 of Brett Jensen. Jensen throwing it sideways, diving down hard, trying to block the K13 of Shane King. Out of turn 4. Hamilton still your leader. Then it's Jensen, King, Jones, Casper, and Coward. King is fighting hard to take over that second position, but Jensen don't want to let him in there. Coming out of turn 4, looking at that white flag, it's the 1W of Walter Hamilton. One more time around the gray clay of Devil's Bowl Speedway for the 1W. Walter Hamilton will pick up his heat if he can hang on. He got about a 15-car length lead. It's Hamilton, Jensen, King, Jones, Casper, and Coward. All right, checkered flag goes to the 1W of Walter Hamilton. Second going to the 123 of Brett Jensen. Third to the 6M of Jeff Jones. And fourth to the K13 of Shane King. I'm going to hand it back to Pete.
That'll be Tommy Davis Jr. out of Wills Point, Texas, and the number 55, that'll be Jason Gore out of Seagoville. Here they come off turn number 4. I'm thinking they are not going to get the green flag. Wes not happy with that start, pointing at him, saying, hey, side by side off turn number 4. And there's about a 5-car length gap in between the front row and the rest of the field of Donnie Dunman and the 98 of Chris Davis, setting a pretty brisk pace under the pace lap. And I've seen them go really, really slow, but they were going really, really fast. And now it looks like Laney Ross Edwards in the John Deere out there on the racetrack kind of pointing at him saying, hey, let's get this right. They got it. Green flag out. Remember, the scoreboard out here at Devil's Bowl Speedway, not official. Not official. Green flag out.
Pete, it looks like Vetter bought Chris Davis's old car, the 8 car. Look at it when it comes by.
That's Rick Murray in the 8.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
3 wide coming off turn number 4 down the front straightaway.
I see what I was looking at. Okay. Who's the other 8?
The number 98 car, that's Chris Davis. Going for the lead, coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Donnie Dunman out of Forney, out in front. Chris Davis falls into second. His brother, Tommy Davis Jr., in the number 17, wrapping on the back bumper of the 98 as they come off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. In fourth, the number 55, that's Jason Gore out of Seagoville, Texas. Tommy Davis Jr., your track champion for 2020 out here at Devil's Bowl Speedway, runs in third. His brother directly in front of him, and that number 98 runs in second. And the leader right now, the 27D, that's Donnie Dunman out of Forney, Texas. Off turn number 4, down the front straightaway. The 27D of Dunman continues to lead. Chris Davis right there in second spot. Third, Tommy Davis Jr. in that number 17. And fourth, the number 55 of Jason Gore. And rounding out the top 5, that's the 8 of Rick Murray out of Rowlett, Texas. Coming off turn number 4, nose to tail, top 3 together. Still a race for second between the brothers. The number 98 of Chris Davis and the number 17, Tommy Davis Jr. Field tightens up once again, coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Oh, another wrap on the back bumper of the 98 from the 17 of Tommy Davis Jr. Remember, that's family going after each other out there. White flag in the air, white flag in the air. Down the back straightaway, the 27D. Donnie Dunman trying to hang on to this one. Here it is, money lap, checkered flag in the air. Your winner, the 27D of Donnie Dunman, second spot going to the number 98 of Chris Davis, third, the 17 car of Tommy Davis Jr., and fourth, the number 55 of Jason Gore out of Seagoville, and rounding out the top 5 is the number 8 of Rick Murray. That had to be special for the number 98 of Chris Davis and the 17 of Tommy Davis Jr. Racing against each other out here at Devil's Bowl Speedway tonight, finishing in second and third in the heat race because their father just passed away a little over a week ago. Chad Wilson on that front row pole position, that number 20, looking for the side-by-side start coming off turn number 4, the 33 of Gary Owens out of Oklahoma. They pace through turn number 3, now hitting turn number 4. Looks good, looks good. Green flag out. Gary Owens to the outside. But it's the number 20, Chad Wilson, with the early lead here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA 305 Race Saver Sprint cars. Coming off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Chad Wilson continues to lead in that number 20. Now opening up a little distance on the 33 of Gary Owens out of Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. Third spot's going to be the 1 car of Larry Long, the 1M. Up to third. Fourth, the number 15 of Michael Kaluka. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 2X of Tucker Dowdy. Tucker takes a peek to the inside of the number 15 of Kaluka. In turn number 3, now coming off turn number 4, wrestles that 4th spot away. As Chad Wilson in that number 20 continues to lead here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA Race Saver Sprint cars. Leader works off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 4, Chad Wilson in that number 20 continues to lead, pretty healthy lead over the 33 of Gary Owens out of Oklahoma. Larry Long continues to hang on to that 3rd spot in that 1M. 4th, the 2X of Tucker Dowdy, really not making any distance up on the 1M of Larry Long. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 15 of Michael Kaluka. Chad Wilson in that number 20 continues to lead. Here he comes off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He'll see the white flag this time by. Chad Wilson works off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Turn 3 now 4. Checkered flag, your winner, the number 20 of Chad Wilson. 2nd spot going to 33 of Gary Owens. 3rd, the 1M of Larry Long. 4th, the 2X of Tucker Dowdy. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 15 of Michael Kaluka out of Waxahachie, Texas. 6th spot goes to David Burke in that, 6th spot goes to the 6M of Blake Mallory in that 6M machine. That's where they finish up heat race number 1 for your IMCA Race Saver Sprint cars. With a call of heat race number 2, here is Smokin' Joe Casper.
All right, green flag's out. Here we go with second heat, IMCA Race Saver Sprints. Dalton Stevens pulling out quickly. Chip Graham at 5 in second. The 41M of Steve McMacken. In third, here comes the 49 of Justin Fifield. Dalton Stevens, meanwhile, way out front. Fifield trying to get underneath the 41M of McMacken. Robert Vetter in the V8 having a little trouble there in the middle of the turn and between 1 and 2. Coming off of turn 4, your leader, the 99X of Dalton Stevens. New third place, Justin Fifield taking over that third from the 41M of Steve McMacken. As they come by, it's Stevens, Graham, Fifield, McMacken, Vetter, Zeller, Oliver, Wesp, and Nestrick in that order. Oliver trying to get underneath the 64 of Mark Zeller. Looks like Michael Oliver made that move. Wesp getting way high coming off of turn 2. Meanwhile, your leader way out front is the 99X of Dalton Stevens. Chip Graham a distant second in the 5 car. And again, spread out, the 49 of Fifield in third. They're getting 2 laps to go this time, and McMacken hanging on to that 4th position. Oh, looks like Mark Zeller and that 64 car just blew up on the front straightaway. He'll need a push truck behind him. They'll have to back up a lap. Looks like it'll probably be, yeah, it blew the hose off. Water hose blew off of it. I'm sitting here looking at it on our TV monitor. No passing before the cone. If you pass the cone, if you hit the cone or you go underneath the cone, you go to the back. No matter what happens, if you touch that cone, you're done. Green flag's out. And Dalton Stevens pulls out to about a 10-car length lead right off the bat. Coming around, looking at the white for that one more time around. It'll be the 99X of Dalton Stevens. Chip Graham in the second. Justin Fifield in third. McMacken in fourth. Vetter in fifth. Michael Oliver in sixth, Nestrick in seventh, and West in eighth. Checking flag over to the 99X of Dalton Stevens. Second going to the 5 of Chip Graham. Third to the 49 of Justin Fifield. And fourth to the 41M of Steve McMacken. All right, Pete, I'm going to turn it back over to you so I can do a little writing down here. Green flag.
From the outside front row of the 16P, Matthew Holt takes the lead going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here's the field coming off turn number 4. Problems for Austin Mundy in that number 4. He pulls it into the infield. That number 4 off the racetrack. Matthew Holt out in front. Second spot, the 10D, that's Michael Day out of Farmersville. Making up ground on the leaders. They come off turn number 4. Only about 3 car lengths in between first and second as they go into turn number 1. Matthew Holt continues to lead. Now falling back just a hair of the 10D of Michael Day. Seems to make up the ground over here in turn number 3, coming off of 4. Once again, 3 car lengths in between first and second as they go into turn number 1. In third position, the 38, that's Bryson Oscar. And in fourth, now to race for the lead down to the inside. Day down on the inside. New leader as they come down the front straightaway. Michael Day in that 10D out in front. Puts Matthew Holt in that 16P into the second spot. Now a little bit of daylight in between first and second as Michael Day opens up about a 6 car length advantage on Matthew Holt running in second. Third spot, the number 38 car, Bryson Oscar. He was our pole sitter. Fourth, the number 27 of Cody Kimmick. Or excuse me, the 29N. That's Larry Neighbors in the 29N. Neighbors down to the inside for that third spot as the white flag comes out for the 10D of Michael Day. Neighbors now up to third. Put the 38 car Bryson Oscar down to fourth. Checkered flag in the air, your winner, the 10D of Michael Day. Second spot going to the 16P of Matthew Holt. Third, the 29N of Larry Neighbors. And in fourth spot, the number 38 car. That's going to be Bryson Oscar out of Amarillo. And rounding out the top 5, it's the 10G of Marcus Thomas. Maybe they didn't find what was wrong. Remember, during the hot lap session, he pulled off early. And maybe they didn't find what was wrong with that because he's our track champion here in 2020, and he wasn't able to make up any ground on the rest of the field here in heat race number 3 of your IMCA Race Saver Sprint Cars. With a call of IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car heat race number 4, fourth and final heat race, Smokin' Joe.
All right, we're looking at him. Wes will be looking at him, see if he likes him coming out of turn 4. Green flag's waving. He's going to let that one go. Stubblefield moves out to about a 6 car length lead going down back straightaway out of turn 4 to lead the first lap. It's the 2 car of Kobe Stubblefield. Second, the 00 of Jaden Brown. Third, the 16 car of Blake Backus. And fourth, I can't even, I can't see that number on that car. The 74 of Claude Estes. I was trying to watch it on the screen, couldn't see it. Still leading, coming past the line, is the 2 car of Stubblefield. As they went past the flag stand, that time it was Stubblefield, Brown, Backus, still leading out front. The 2 car of Kobe Stubblefield, Jaden Brown in that 00 in second. It looks like that third 16 is the 16S of Shabester. That's what I was trying to figure out. Fourth is the 74E of Claude Estes III. 2 laps to go. I think it's Backus in this blue and yellow 16. White flag coming out for the 2 car of Kobe Stubblefield. Then it's Brown, Shabester, Estes, Culp, Backus, Bloxham, and Stone. Coming out of turn 4, looking at that final lap, the checkered flag, 2 car of Kobe Stubblefield taking it. Second going to the 00 of Jaden Brown. Third to the 16S of Steve Shabester. And fourth to the 74E of Claude Estes III. All right, Pete, I'm going to turn it back over to you. You got them White Horse Tuning and Dyno guys coming out.
Only 1 car from Oklahoma. The number 91, Joe Duvall, in heat race number 1 for your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA Modifieds. We're green. Jody Main in that 27M out in front. Here comes Max Eddie Thomas in that number 82 down to the inside, down the back straightaway. Picks up the second spot as they go into turn number 3. Some of the cars pushing up the racetrack as Max Eddie Thomas in that number 82 already to the back bumper of the 27M of Jody Main. Jody Main continues to lead over there in turn number 3. Max Eddie Thomas in that blue number 82 runs in second. Third spot going to the number 98 or the 99 car of Troy Tyndall out of Sunnyvale. As it's side by side for the lead, coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The 82 car, Max Eddie Thomas, new leader as they go into turn number 3. Max Eddie Thomas coming off turn number 4. Leads him down the front straightaway. Jody Main runs in second. Troy Tyndall in the 99 runs in third. 4th spot.
Needham in the 99.
So that's Jeff Needham in the number 99. It almost looks exactly like the 98.
Yes, it does.
It does. Well, just a hair worth of difference. But we also have the number 9.
Oh.
The number 91 with problems.
And I'll guarantee you his right front tire is
watch out. Ho.
Yep, his right front tire. Max Eddie on the first lap come down on his right front tire and cut that tire down enough to where it's done.
So Joe Duvall off the racetrack in that number 91. He's parked at the top of right at the exit of turn number 2, but he's clear of the racetrack. We stay green here in heat race number 1 for your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA Modifieds, as it's Max Eddie Thomas in that number 82 with a huge lead over the 27M of Jody Main. Third, the number 98 of Troy Tyndall. And in fourth, now Troy Tyndall takes a peek down the inside of the 27M at Jody Main. Nothing doing. Falls back to third. White flag in the air, white flag in the air for the number 82 of Max Eddie Thomas. Side by side for that second spot. Now Tyndall with the advantage as he goes into turn number 1. Can he make it stick? Jody Main goes high. Now Troy Tyndall up to second as they come off turn number 2. Checkered flag in the air. Your winner, the number 82 of Max Eddie Thomas. Second spot, going to be the number 98 car. That's going to be Troy Tyndall. Third's going to go the 27 Emma Jody Main. Fourth is going to be the number 99 car of Jeff Needham. And rounding out the top five, that's going to be the 82X of Greg Teskey out of Princeton. With a call of heat race number 2 is Smoking Joe Casper.
Thank you, Pete. All right, we're looking for the green. West is diligently looking at him, putting that West stare on him. Oh, jump to a good lead there, the 64 Fowler. Jumps out. It's Fowler, Simpson. Oh, Fowler getting a little sideways there. Tracy Adams going up on the top side of him. Adams taking over that second position. Fowler sitting down there. He says, I'm just going to wait till the yellow comes out, and he does. Don't know what caused him to, he just got a little bit sideways. It's the 28B of Wendell Bolden. And that green's out, and we're racing again. As they go down the back straightaway, it's Simpson, Bolden, Adams, Trevathan. Although here comes the 15 of Kyle Cave underneath Trevathan, trying to get underneath him. Trevathan going high, getting a little bit sideways. Oh, two of them nearly got together there. Meanwhile, out front, you got the 15 and the 751 running side by side. Now the 15 drifts back just a little bit. 15 takes a low underneath, trying to get in front of that 751. Who's going to win going into the turn? Oh, Kyle Cave is inside, goes a little high, and the 751 out front. Let's see. 751 made it. Out front is the 81 of Simpson. Wendell Bolden in second. Adams in third. And the race for fourth being held right now by the 751 of Rusty Trevathan. Then you got Kyle Cave right behind him. Then it's Skip O'Neill and Casey Fowler in that order. Pete, I think the front of these race cars get lower to the ground every time I look at them.
I think you're right.
I mean, they might as well just put a splitter on them or something.
Looks like we got a little bit of smoke coming from Rusty Trevathan's car.
Uh-oh, something just come off of it back there in the back straightaway.
Maybe that was what was smoking.
I think so. Oh! Oh, Skip just can't get away from them bangers. He got hit like that a couple of weeks ago too, didn't he? Oh, yeah, it broke it good. He might need a hook. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he needs a hook.
He brings it to a stop right here on the front straightaway. The number 8 car, the skipper, Skip O'Neill, and the 64 car of Casey Fowler. And wow, it happened up there off the top of turn number 4. The 8 car coming to a stop.
We started with 7. We're down to 5. Wendell Bolden in that 28B is usually pretty quick here when he comes. Tracy Adams raced here for years. He's gone away for a little while, been racing for Alan Baxter. That actually is an Alan Baxter modified. White flag out one more time. Down the back straightaway, looks like the 28B of Bolden. That was his chance. Car slipped up a little bit in turn 2. Coming out of turn 4 on the high side, it's the 81, Cody Simpson. Second going to the 28 of Wendell Bolden. Third to the hammer, Tracy Adams in the 77. And fourth to the 751 of Rusty Trevathan. I'm going to turn it back over to Pete so I can write this stuff down.
Third row on the inside will be the 12J. That'll be Jason Ingalls out of Longview. Outside third row will be the 32. That'll be Doug Burns out of Tyler. Green flag as it come off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Lucas Schott all the way from Minnesota. Opens up about a 5-car length advantage coming off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's a side-by-side race for that second spot. The number 17, two brothers going after it. The 17 of Jason Sarton and the 47 of Jack Sarton. As here comes Little Freaky working on the number 47 down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Top 4, nose to tail, coming off of 2. Now they're into 3. Lucas Schott in that number 69 out in front. Jason Sarton in second. Jack Sarton in the number 47 in third. Problems for the 69. Drifts up the racetrack. Opens the door for the number 17 of Jason Sarton as they go into turn number 3. Sarton with the preferred line down on the bottom side of the racetrack. New leaders that come off turn number 4. The number 17 of Jason Sarton. As going to second is Lucas Schott out of Minnesota. And here comes the 88 of Clyde Dunn Jr. up to third.
Schott's got a push problem. That's what's happened to him. He's trying to beat it with brakes, I think.
Sets his sights on the second spot. Here comes Clyde Dunn Jr. trying to work on the 69 of Lucas Schott. Clyde Dunn keeps it pinned down the bottom side of the racetrack. Looks good coming off turn number 2. But Schott not giving it up down the back straightaway. Now Little Freaky in the number 88. Clyde Dunn Jr. There he is up to second. As the number 17 car of Jason Sarton continues to lead here in the third and final heat race for your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA Modifieds. Now a challenge for that third spot down the back straightaway as it's Jack Sarton and that number 47. He's got it. And I think you're right, Joe. The 69 just having a pushing problem out of Chatfield, Minnesota.
You know, these guys all race on really dry, slick tracks, so
better watch them a little bit later on.
Yeah.
When this track starts to go dry. Right now, the Devil's Bowl nice and sticky with the white flag in the air for the number 17 car of Jason Sarton.
I don't know if it's going to dry out.
It might. We'll see. Nice and cool here tonight here in Mesquite, Texas. Here it is, money lap, coming off turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Checker flag in the air for the number 17 of Jason Sarton. Second spot going to the 88 Triple X of Clyde Dunn Jr. Third going to the 47 of Jack Sarton. Fourth, the 12J of Jason Ingalls, who's won a couple of features here at Devil's Bowl Speedway in the 2020 season. And rounding out the top 5, it is Doug Burns in that number 32 in heat race number 3 for your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA Modifieds.
Let's see if those laps in that 360 car helped Blake Mallory in that 6M starting on the back. All right, they got the green. Wes likes it. Raven Cup pulling out ahead of the 38 of Oscar. All right, to lead the first lap, it's Raven Cup. Then it's Brian Oscar. Then it's the 6 car of David Burton. And the 4 of Austin Mundy. Hunter Bloxham. That Michael Oliver caught that turn 2 tire. I thought it was going to do more damage, but he got lucky. Way out front's the 3 car of Raven Cup. Then you got Brian Oscar. Then you got David Burke in the 6, the 4 car of Hunter Bloxham currently running fourth, but he's trying to take over that third position, trying to pull it away from the 6 car of David Burke. Oh, we got one on the high side up there. Couldn't even tell what the number was on that car. 27 car of Cody Kimmig got way high. that last lap, but he made it. Look at Hunter Bloxham moving up on the outside of the 6 car of David Burke. Hunter Bloxham has got that thing hooked up. Raven Culp is about a half a track lead on the second place. 2 laps to go for the 3 car of Raven Culp. And all the other guys that are following him. White flag coming out. Raven Culp one more time around the gray clay of Devil's Bowl Speedway will get him a heat race win. Oscar in second. Bloxham in third. Blake Mallory has been able to bring himself up from the rear. Checkered flag just come out. Your winner, the 3 car of Raven Culp. Second going to the 38 of Brian Oscar. Third to the 4 car of Hunter Bloxham. Fourth to the 6 car of David Burke. And fifth to the 6M of Blake Mallory off the back. And I'm going to leave it at that and see how this next race turns out. I'm going to turn it over to Pete, the Flying Greek Hirona.
Looking for the side-by-side start coming out of turn number 4. Here we go. Green flag. Oh! Oh! Hard lick in the top of turn number 1. Red flag is out. Red flag out. All right. Drivers coming out of the car. Give Michael Kaluka a big hand, taking a wild ride off turn number 2. Looking for the side-by-side start coming off turn number 4. Heath Nestrick and that 4X. Green flag is out. Heath Nestrick and the 4X out in front. Second spot, the number 16 of Blake Backus. Austin Mundy in the number 4 up to third. Joseph Casper in fourth. And rounding out the top 5 is the 33 car of Bradley Stone. Into turn number 3. Now coming off turn number 4. 3 wide coming down the front straightaway. Austin Mundy down on the inside trying to wrestle the second spot away from the 16 car of Blake Backus. He's got it as he goes into turn number 3. The 4X of Heath Nestrick continues to lead. Not anymore. Here we go. New leader coming down the front straightaway. The 4 car of Austin Mundy. Problems for the 16. Jumps off the speedway. Joseph Casper in the number 24 trying to wrestle that third spot away as Bradley Stone closes in that 33S. Joseph Casper now up to third in the number 24, but out in front is the number 4 car of Austin Mundy. Second spot, the 4X of Heath Nestrick. Third, the 24 Joseph Casper. And in fourth, the 16 of Blake Backus. On the outside looking in is the 33S of Bradley Stone. Stone now trying to put the pressure on Blake Backus in the number 16 as they go into turn number 3. Now coming off turn number 4. 2 laps to go, 2 laps to go for the 4 of Austin Mundy. White flag in the air, white flag in the air. Austin Mundy with about a straightaway lead on the 4X of Heath Nestrick. Joseph Casper continues to run in third. Problems for Bradley Stone. Oh, he almost goes upside down as a checkered flag comes out. He gets it on 2 wheels, but he puts it back down. So we finish it with Austin Mundy in the number 4, your winner. Heath Nestrick in the 4X finishes in second. Joseph Casper in the number 24 winds up third. Blake Backus in the number 16 in fourth. Lights out, looking for the green flag. This time off turn number 4. 15 laps around the Devil's Bowl Speedway. USRA Factory Stock Feature Event. Green flag is out. Well, Walter Hamilton beats them all down into turn number 1. Tommy McKinley right there on his back bumper in second. The 17 of Tommy Davis Jr. running in third. As they come off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Nose to tail, top 2. Problems for the K10. Colton King, he's parked right off of turn number 4, so caution coming out on the speedway. Caution on the speedway. But I'm thinking we're going to count that lap.
Well, he's trying to get it going there, and it kept dying on him.
Walter Hamilton pacing him through turn number 3. Tommy Davis trying to cheat on the top side of the racetrack, a couple of car lengths. Walter Hamilton continuously 3 wide coming off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The 123 of B.A. Jensen uses the bottom side of the racetrack and the restart to jump up to second spot. Tommy Davis Jr. right there still on his outside. Goes through that little slick spot, which allows B.A. Jensen. Still can't get away from the number 17, as it looks like 3 and 4 just a hair quicker on top than 1 and 2 is down on the bottom. So Hamilton continues to ride the bottom side of the racetrack. B.A. Jensen now runs in second spot. Tommy Davis Jr., the 17, runs in third. His brother, Chris Davis, in the number 98, runs in fourth. As they work off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. B.A. Jensen in the 123. Remember, the scoreboard is not official, Apparently the transponder not working on the number 1W of Walter Hamilton. But Walter Hamilton now opening up about a 15 car length advantage over the 123 of B.A. Jensen. Chris Davis now on the outside, up to third. Tommy Davis Jr. in the number 17, side by side for that third spot down the back straightaway. Chris Davis working the outside of the racetrack. Tommy Davis Jr. working the inside of the racetrack. As Don Jensen now has a train behind him coming off turn number 2. Walter Hamilton continues to lead. When you give him that front row starting position, he's going to be hard to catch. Problems over here in turn number 2. We have the K10 around once again over here in turn 2. Oh, watch out. They come to a stop. Looks like the 71M of Tommy McKinley. So we'll see how all this plays out. The K10, of course, that's his second yellow. Colton King, 7 laps down. Here we go. Once again, the 17, Tommy Davis Jr. trying to take a peek to the outside. As the green flag is back out here in the USRA Factory Stock Feature Event. Down the back straightaway. Walter Hamilton continues to lead. B.A. Jensen in the 123 runs in second. Jason Gore trying to wrestle that third spot away from the 17 of Tommy Davis Jr. He does. Now sets his sights on the second spot of B.A. Jensen as they go down into turn number 1. Chris Davis and Tommy Davis Jr. run in 4th and 5th. The number 17 car, Tommy Davis Jr., the 98 of Chris Davis. Oh, he might get a little tap from Mike Marshak. Problems over in turn number 3. Got a couple of cars around. Caution on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway.
Dustin Choate.
Rick Murray and Dustin Choate involved in that one. Back underway here in the feature event for the USRA factory stocks. Problems again over here in turn number 1 for the 27D. He straightens it up. We stay green here in the feature. 15 laps around the Devil's Bowl Speedway for the USRA factory stocks. 10 down, 5 to go. Walter Hamilton has led every lap since the start of the race. The 123 of B.A. Jensen runs in second. He keeps protecting the bottom. Tommy Davis Jr. in the 17 runs in third. Mike Marshock in the 45 runs in fourth, with Jason Gore in the 55 rounding out the top 5. But now Jeff Jones in the number 6 getting into the mix, picking up that 5th spot. Looks like a train down on the bottom side of the racetrack. So that top groove not very quick over here in turn number 1 and 2.
Notice McKinley's gone.
Side by side for second, little beating and banging between the 17 of Tommy Davis Jr. and the 123 of B.A. Jensen. Tommy Davis Jr. now up to second. B.A. Jensen falls to third. Mike Marshock in the number 45 runs in fourth, and Jeff Jones in the number 6 rounds out the top 5. The race now, of course, for 6. Between the 55 of Jason Gore and the 25J of Keith Jackson. White flag in the air, white flag in the air. One more time around Devil's Bowl Speedway for the 1W, Walter Hamilton. Tommy Davis Jr. continues to run in second. B.A. Jensen runs in third. We'll have to watch after this one and see if any tempers, if any fenders got rubbed the wrong way. Coming off turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Your winner, the 1W of Walter Hamilton. Second spot going to the 17 at Tommy Davis Jr. B.A. Jensen hangs on for third. Mike Marshock in the number 45 and fourth. Jeff Jones in the 6M rounds out the top 5. Jason Gore finishes 6th in the 55, 7th the 429 of Jason Hood, 8th the 25J of Keith Jackson, 9th the 84 Tom Lorenzo, and 10th the 98 of Chris Davis. That's the way they wind up. All unofficial until it hits the pay window, but that's the way they finish up in your USRA factory stock feature tonight here at Devil's Bowl Speedway in the 47th annual Winter Nationals.
All right. Looking for a good start out of this front row. They should be taking off about where that big old tire is. We'll see how it goes. Wes likes it. Green's out. It's time to go. Oh, looks like the 16P of Matthew Holt started out with a problem. He's up on the top already. Out front, it's the 10D of Michael Day. In second, the 29M of Neighbors, but I can tell you that 1M of Larry Long is right there beside him. Door handle, well, wheel to wheel. Neighbors up on the outside, Long on the inside. Fourth is being held currently by the 20 of Chad Wilson. Then you got Dalton Stevens. Then the 33 of Gary Owens. Michael Day still holding on, but Larry Long and that 1M is starting to close in on him. We're using that bottom line. right, your leaders, they come by. Still the 10D of Michael Day. Then Long, Neighbors, Wilson, Stevens, Owens, Fifield, Backus, Stubblefield. Your leader is probably going to close in on some lap cars here in the next probably 2 laps. It could get very interesting. Half the field's running the high line, the other half's running the low line. Your leader is just about to come on, start lapping cars. Your leader, that black and white, number 10D, out front, drives in underneath the 16P, the 16S, excuse me. Too many 16s. Well, looks like Hunter blocks him up on the top side. He is clear. There's a race between the 49 and the 20 of Wilson. Looks like Fifield has moved out a little bit away from him. Here comes Dalton Stevens in that 99X car. Oh, Chad Wilson takes Dalton way up the road there. Way up on the top side of the track. Stevens getting underneath, about to pass the 16 of Backus, I think it is. Yep, 16 of Backus and the 20 of Wilson. Your leader coming up on the 6 car of David Burke. 12 laps in, 8 laps to go. Man, there's races all over this racetrack. Between the 29N and the 20 of Chad Wilson, Neighbors in the 29N, that yellow 29N, Neighbors, they've been battling for a while here. Your leader is started to lap the field. Oh, Gary Owens in that 33 and the 1M of Larry Long getting real close going down the back straightaway. Your leader, he thought he was going to go in and try and make a slide job, and something gave up on him there. I don't know. He's about to pass about to lap the 24 car of Joseph Casper. That will be the next car for him to lap anyway. In seconds, the Gary Owens in the 33. In third is the 1M of Larry Long. In fourth is the 49 of Justin Fifield. I believe your fifth place car is the 99X of Dalton Stevens. White flag coming out one more time. And you've got a race up here. The 33 of Owens coming down underneath, trying to get to the 10D of Michael Day. Checkered flags coming out for this. Oh, no. Oh. And they're going to have to back up a lap, I guess. I don't know. Things are different when they got transponders, so I'm not sure what's going on. Well, we're going to have to go to the cone and go green, white, yellow. Not sure what the car number is there. Oh, that's Jebba Zero of Jaden Brown. That's who that is. And we're going green again. We'll try it. What's Owens going to do? Owens goes to the bottom. Day goes to the top, and Owens gets underneath him and pulls up in front of him. We'll see what happens here. Day, is he going to lose this in the last lap? White flag coming out. One more time. One more time. 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Holy mackerel. Oh, Day got a little too high, and it's over for him. I can tell you, he's not going to catch him now. Your leader coming out of turn 4, looking at that checkered flag, is Gary Owens, second going to Dalton Stevens. He snuck by on the outside of the 10D of Michael Day, who is relegated to 3rd place. Then you got the 16S, I believe, of Steven Shabester. 5th will go to the 48 of Justin Fifield, 6th to Raven Culp, 7th to Chad Wilson, 8th to Larry Long, 9th to Austin Mundy, 10th to Kobe Stubblefield, and 11th to Chip Graham. That's as far as I'm going to go. And remember, everything you hear from up here is unofficial until these drivers or whoever gets to the pay window. They still got to go through tech. All right, Pete, I'm going to hand it off to you, buddy.
Side-by-side start coming off turn number 4. They bunch up just a little bit. As Max Eddie Thomas in that number 82. Out in front. Oh! Clyde Dunn Jr. And that 88 XXX and the 98 of Troy Tyndall getting together. Now it's looking like the top side just a hair quicker with the 88 XXX of Clyde Dunn Jr. making his way up to 4th. Now Wendell Bolden with a move on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's up to 4th. Max Eddie Thomas out in front. Problems. Oh, problems right here on the front straightaway. Caution on the Speedway. The 91 car of Joe Duvall. So the 91, Joe Duvall, and I think the 17 of Jason Sarton. Oh, he's in the yellow 17. So we're going to go with the 17T. Trenton Turney out of Leonard, Texas. Jason Sarton in the 17 in 3rd. Troy Tyndall in the 98 in 4th. But he took it to the pit area. As you can see, he's not out there on the racetrack. Clyde Dunn Jr. in 5th. Max Eddie Thomas out in front. Cody Simpson in the 81. Now pulls alongside of him, coming off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. New leader as they come to the stripe. Max Eddie trying to close the door down to the bottom. Cody Simpson has to get on the binders. Max Eddie goes back to the point. Clyde Dunn Jr. also trying to get in the mix in the number 88. As the number 17 of Jason Sarton rides the rim of the racetrack coming off turn number 4. Once again, Simpson down to the inside. Can't make it stick as the 82 of Max Eddie Thomas gets back around. Great race up front, and here comes Clyde Dunn Jr. in the number 88. Coming off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Max Eddie Thomas continues to lead, going to the top side of the racetrack, the 81. Cody Simpson, is there any bite up on the top side of the racetrack? Looks like it, going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Simpson once again goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. Looks like he may have the lead coming off turn number 4. Does, as he goes down the front straightaway. Goes down to the bottom side of the racetrack. This opens the door for the 88 of Clyde Dunn Jr. He goes to the top side of the racetrack, picks up the second spot. Max Eddie Thomas goes back to third. Cody Simpson in that number 81 out in front. Clyde Dunn Jr. now on the outside, making up a little bit of ground on the leader as they go down the back straightaway. Simpson once again protecting the bottom. A little bit of bite on the top side of the racetrack. This is where Simpson made his move down on the bottom, so he keeps it down there. Clyde Dunn Jr. Cody Simpson can see the 88 on the outside as they work off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Simpson in the number 81. Here comes Clyde Dunn Jr. on the outside. Has to get on the brake for just a second, but he's got a quick race car up there. He has found a little bit of moisture. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Now we got a couple of lap cars directly in front of the leaders. Let's see if they play a part in this one as they come off turn number 4. Cody Simpson continues to lead. Clyde Dunn Jr. in second spot. Clyde Dunn Jr. on the top side of the racetrack. Cody Simpson down on the bottom. Clyde Dunn goes to the top. Oh, problems for Cody Simpson. He gets bottled up by the lap traffic. Clyde Dunn Jr. to the point. Clyde Dunn Jr. Your 2020 track champion here at Devil's Bowl Speedway leads tonight here in your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA modified feature with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go for Clyde Dunn Jr. Cody Simpson not giving up down at the bottom side of the racetrack. But Clyde Dunn Jr. continues to plow him down. Now with about a 10 car length advantage with the white flag in the air. Clyde Dunn Jr. Here he is off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. The 88 XXX of Clyde Dunn Jr. your winner here tonight at Devil's Bowl Speedway in the White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA modified feature. Second spot going to the 81 of Cody Simpson. Third, the 82 of Max Eddie Thomas. Fourth, the 17 of Jason Sarton. And rounding out the top 5, the 12J of Jason Ingalls. That's the way they wind up here tonight in your White Horse Tuning and Dyno USRA modified. Sixth spot, the 47 of Jack Sarton. Seventh, Lucas Schott in the number 69 out of Minnesota. Eighth, Jeff Needham in the number 99. Ninth, the 45J of Michael Jackson. And 10th, the 82X of Greg Teskey. Of course, all that purely unofficial as Clyde Dunn Jr., of course, goes to the scales and has to pass tech. But again, your winner tonight, the 88 XXX of Clyde Dunn Jr.